Just wanted to give you guys a quick update. So this is my Panasonic Lumix G7. This is the camera that I've been using for about the last year. Great camera. These things go for about $400 to $500, and the reason I picked this one up is because it shoots 4K as well as 1080p 60. Looks really good, pretty good value for the money. But I wanted to step up my quality, so I went ahead and got myself a Panasonic Lumix GH5. Now this camera is similar, it's still a Lumix, but it's a pretty major step up from the G7, and this particular one came with a lens. And the reason I wanted to give a video on this is because a lot of cameras like this come on Amazon in a bunch of different bundles, and a lot of them come with just a lot of really cheap crap. But this bundle is actually pretty good. So, to give you a pricing breakdown, the body only for the Lumix GH5 is about $1,700, $1,800. So this particular one is bundled with a Leica lens. This lens on its own is pretty expensive. It's about $600 to $800 depending on which version or which day you buy it on. So already we're kind of up ahead because the bundle was $2,400. So looking pretty good so far. But it also came with a camera bag, which, you know, is not really that important. It also came with a Rode VideoMic Go, which is pretty cool. This thing runs, I don't remember exactly how much it costs, but I think it's about $100, maybe a little less. It also came with this little thing. It's got 2 extra batteries as well as an extra charger for said batteries. So that's really nice. And it also came with a 64 gigabyte SD card, which is really handy to have because the GH5 has dual SD card trays, so that's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do now is put my old camera on my tripod, and I'll definitely be getting a new tripod so that I can do some dual camera setups. But I'll be putting this one on there, and we'll kind of unpack the GH5 and just take a look around it. Boop, boop, okay. So I apologize if the sound quality isn't that great. I'm just recording with my iPhone 7 Plus, but let's crack open this box and take a look at what we got. So I picked this camera out because I like to do a lot of slow motion shots. So a lot of my videos when I was filming in 1080p were filmed at 60 FPS because it allows you to slow the footage down. Now the G7, the Lumix G7 that I'd been using, does not record 4K in 60 FPS. This camera does. It also records 1080p at up to 180 FPS, which is really incredible. So that'll allow for some very dynamic shots, as well as for some very smooth shots. So that's a really important thing for me in my B-roll. And it's a lot harder to get smooth shots when you're recording in real time than when you slow footage down. Okay, so we have a strap. Don't really care about that. I don't really do too much traveling with my camera gear. It's mostly in my studio in my room here. So here is the GH5. Damn, it's a lot bigger than the G7. I can tell you that much. It's a bigger camera. It's a sturdier camera, but it still feels pretty familiar. So I have it's the same sort of user interface from what I've seen in videos. Let's take a look at the lens. Okay, lens hood. So this particular lens is a 12 to 60 millimeters, so that's a lot larger zoom than I have. My current is an 18 to 42. It was just the basic kit lens that came with the camera. Now this also came with the camera, I suppose, but it's a much higher quality lens. It's very nice. It's also optical image stabilization on the lens, as well as in-body optical image stabilization. So that allows for yet more smooth shots out of this camera. So I'm very, very excited about that. Very nice looking lens. It's a Leica lens, as I said before. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on the camera. Okay, wow, looks very nice. So what's really exciting to me, at least, is that now that I have the G7 as well as this GH5, then I can kind of do some more dual camera setups. I can really expand the sort of footage that I'm able to capture. So I'm very, very excited to have this new piece of kit. Okay, so for reference sake, here I am firing away on the Lumix G7. So this is what I've been using for the past year or so. Now, granted, I'm not using my Blue Snowball mic at the moment. I'm just using the internal mic, so it sounds like garbage. Now, this is just for comparison's sake, because in a minute I'm going to switch over to the new GH5 with the Rode VideoMic Go. And we're going to switch to the GH5 now. Okay, so here I am on the GH5, and as you can probably tell, it looks a lot better. And of course I would expect it to be a lot better because we're upgrading from a $400 camera to a $2,400 camera, once we include the lens and stuff. But anyway, I'm now shooting with the VideoMic Go. I don't think I'm going to continue to use the VideoMic Go, except for, shooting on the fly, because my Blue Snowball mic that I use for all of my videos, which is only like $50 anyway, has really good sound, so I'm gonna stick with that. Now, one of the other things that you've probably noticed is this camera has a much shallower depth of field, which I really, really like, because I like to shoot macro, I like to shoot really deep shots that have blur in the background, and the G7 was pretty good at that for $400, but this camera can offer a lot more to my shots than the G7 ever could. And to give you an idea of how good the zoom is, let me just zoom in all the way. So that's a full zoom. Yeah. It's pretty good. So overall, am I excited? Heck yeah, I'm excited. This camera is a huge upgrade. And actually, you know what? While I'm on the subject of camera and upgrades, you might be wondering, how do I afford stuff like this? You probably watch the channel if you're watching this video, otherwise it wouldn't really mean too much to you, and you probably have seen that, I've got a good amount of computer gear going on here, and you're probably wondering how at just 24,000 or 25,000 subscribers I'm able to do all of this. And the answer is quite simply because, YouTube ad revenue, in my opinion, at least in my experience, is actually, it's not too bad. I mean, I'm not trying to make a living off of YouTube, but as a means to fund my YouTube videos, I think it's more than adequate. Now, the other factor that you may not be aware of if you don't create YouTube content is YouTube doesn't actually withhold taxes. So when I get a statement at the end of the year, I have to pay taxes on that as, self-employment income, basically. So if I can have business expenses, so basically things that are investments in my YouTube channel, I can write those off of my taxes and save me money when I have to do those in April. So buying something like this camera or the Mac Pro that you see behind me or the replacement to the Mac Pro you see behind me, all of that is tax deductible because it's used for my business, for my YouTube channel. So all of that gets to be written off as expenses. So yeah, that's kind of a long-winded answer as to why I'm doing all of this, but also I really, really like my content and I want to make it as good as humanly possible. So that starts now with this camera, and I'm going to be upgrading my editing rig at some point soon. That's of course going to be a bunch of videos on that when that happens, but yeah, let me know if you have any feedback on this current camera. Don't worry about the audio, that's going to go back to normal next week. I just didn't want to pull everything out and pull out a computer to record on right now because this is just kind of an informal sort of person-to-person discussion about where I'm going with the channel. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. I'll have one tomorrow because it's the Apple event, booyah, so come back for that, and I will see you guys in the next video.